everybody, and welcome to Kędzierzyn-Koźle. Yes, it's our next stop along our trip along the Oder River. And we're glad to be here. I hope you are too. It's a beautiful, beautiful June day, and that's a castle, or what's been remade of the castle that was here some time ago. The castle tower would have looked something like that. They've got an interesting museum inside about local history, and we will go inside and have a look at that. This is a very important junction on the Oder River because we have a big port here, and we have a canal that comes from Gliwice all the way into this area and connects up with the Oder. There's a big port, there's a lot of manufacturing here, and also a rich medieval history, which we're going to explore in just a second. We'll go and look at the Piast Tower, and we'll also look at the beautiful Oder River and useful Oder River here. This big industrial area, but more on that in a minute. So bear with me. Let's go inside and see what we have. Hello everybody and welcome back. We're going to just walk quickly through the museum so that you have an idea of two things. One, what a reconstructed museum, this is virtually brand new, a renovated museum looks like, and the kind of efforts being made even in the smaller towns, regional towns, to identify with their history. And this is something the government is particularly invested in. It's a good thing they're invested in, is the national identity and the history of Poland and its relationship with Germany, because you'll see here, this is in German, what we're looking at here. Not particularly there, but over here, we see the Heimat Museum of Kozel, yeah? Because the Koziel is Kozel in German, right? Different in Polish. And Heimat is Heritage Museum. So the Germans were interested in the same thing. You know, it's a very European deal to be interested in heritage. So I always like to stop in these things, in these museums, and have a look around. Now, you can get the tour in English, and you can get the tour in Polish. Polish, using the placards, but English and German, rather, also using the app. You take a picture, and then it comes into your phone. These are just some photographs of of important citizens of the area. You can see their sort of Elizabethan paintings, rather. Not photographs, are they? And then, this is quite fun. This is called the Museum of the Land. Well, let's show you that. Come here, look. Museum of the Land of Koźle, yeah? Museum of the Land of Koźle. Let's go here because you see local traditional dress. I love this sort of thing. Look at this. Isn't this fantastic? Local dress. You can see the kids, and you might be able to see that in this photograph. The children here dressed in the local costumes. Yeah, fantastic. And you know, they've done a really excellent job here. We have the old farm implements. You know, 100 years ago, everybody lived on the farm. A great amount of people lived on the farm. They still do in Poland. Poland is very popular, has a very strong farming community, and the only country in Europe I can think of that's similar to Poland with the small farms would be France. France and Poland, they have a very similar system of peasant farming. They used to call it small farms. Look at this local. This guy is really dressed up for a big party. And more colorful stuff. Typical old antique bureau that you would find in Poland. And the reason a lot of these things are interesting to see, and they end up in museums, is because it's so rare to find these pieces. A lot of them were destroyed. They were taken away by Russians and Germans. I like this. They've got this is lovely. There's a picture of a lady with an iron, and then all these irons. There's a lot of irony involved in that, isn't there? I think so. Right? And then we see lots more picturesque stuff. No Polish museum is complete without some kind of imagery or statuettes relating to Catholicism. And here you see some statues. And moving right along. Gosh, what is this? That looks like a prisoner costume from World War II, because they had several, yes, it is. They had several re-education camps, work camps, slave labor camps. They weren't concentration camps, but they were working the people to death. They were usually, in those camps, Polish or other people, not the same people not the Jewish people or certain Polish people or gypsies or what have you that went to the concentration camps. This is very interesting. If we could bring the camera down here. And this is a Napoleonic era uniform of a soldier. Of course, there was a very important battle between the Prussians and Napoleon's army that was fought right in this area as well. The Prussians against Napoleon and the Bavarians, because this was a German area, don't forget. It's Polish now, but it was German it was Prussian from 1742, southern Prussia, I think it was 1742, but early on in the 1700s, or before mid-century, and up until the end of the Second World War. So the Polish heritage is before that, and after that, under the Russian occupation. Okay? If you want to make a call, don't use that. But once they did, imagine. And it didn't take pictures. You had phones that didn't take pictures. I remember those days. Yeah. All right. And here we see, you know, they've done a knight for you. Wouldn't like to be hacked with one of those swords. Pretty scary. And here's a lady, a nun of the time, sort of medieval garb. And we'll take one more thing, and then we've got to go. because we don't have long here. I just wanted to give you the idea. We're going to end here. We'll end here, folks. Look at this. We have the medieval costume for the ladies and the men. And over here, foundations of the park. You remember at the beginning of this episode, we had this pyramid that I was standing in front of. The pyramid is there, providing the light to show you this beautiful foundation. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night.